Good day, people. Good day, good day. Let me look this way. Hey, y'all, Pastor Jamal Rising Ground. Wanted to throw in real quick, throw in. Wanted to talk to you about something real quick. Hey, keeping with identity, keeping with, I love this word, this phrase, God responds to God. So I was kind of skimming through Psalms today, ran up on Psalms 103 verses 21, the end of 21. So it kind of talks about his angels and, they excel in strength. They're mighty. They do his will. But this part, they obey the voice of his word. I think I got two thoughts behind it. They obey the voice of his word, but keeping with God responds to God. So everything that belongs in the kingdom, which is the angels, they respond to God. So their command, their commission, their mandate, why they were created, was to respond to God, was to respond to the voice of God's word, to the voice of God's word. What is the voice of God's word? What could the voice of God's word be? You are the voice of God's word. God peers through. God, whatever God does inside of us, he speaks to us. He gives us a word. He sends us a word. He takes us to a word, and we give voice to that word. But it's God's word. So it's God's perspective. It's God's mind. It's God's rule. It's God's way of doing things. So in keeping with your identity, you're responsible. You're responsible to give voice to God's word. And when you give voice to God's word, then all heaven comes to your aid. When you don't give voice to God's word, when you give voice to your word, when you give voice to your fears, to your anxieties, to your thoughts, to fleshly perspectives, to fleshly ideas, then you get no salvation. And when I mean salvation, I mean there's no angels coming to save you from a word that doesn't belong in the kingdom, or it's not from the kingdom. So keep that in mind. Remember, we're always trying to go higher in our ideas of ourself and our ideas of God, and we always speak from a real powerful godly place. God's ways are higher than our ways. Again, God does not know lack. God does not know defeat. When you pray, you pray already believing that you have received. You pray from victory. You declare from victory. Don't let nobody talk you out of it. I don't care how your emotions feel in the moment. You want to cry. You want to throw stuff. You want to flip stuff over. Settle down and speak what God is telling you to speak, or speak from the mind and the heart and the character and the nature of God, and watch his angels come flying to your rescue, to your aid, to make sure that that word does not return void. That's all I got. Pastor Jamal, Rising Ground Church. Peace. Yeah. Wait, okay, right there. I gotta see how you turn this off. Gotcha.